howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com. This is your online home for learning how to play the guitar, the mandolin, the banjo. Welcome, I hope y'all are having a good day. Today we're learning a version of John Hardy that you just heard, and I split it down the middle. We'll talk a little bit about the different kind of versions that we played in there. I know you're really going to like it. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, I invite you over to my website, BanjoBenClark.com, where you can sign up as a free Silverpick member and enjoy 3 days of a video trial. You'll be able to see all the videos I have for free, okay? And then I think that after seeing what all I teach, you'll be happy to join as a member. When you are a member, you can have also all access to all the tabs that I have. And I have this PDF and the TEF file of this version of John Hardy. And the thing that I pride myself in on my tabs is that my tabs are exactly like I play it. Okay, so there's no guessing. If I played it, it's on the tab. All right, so let's check out John Hardy. All right, let's do a little bit of this John Hardy. This song, I'm going to play it today in the key of G. Very often it's played up in the key of A. If that's the case, don't fret. Just grab a capo, put it on the 2nd fret, and then you can play it exactly as my tab shows here, okay? Now, I've divided this song into 2 basic parts. Sometimes people play it just 1 time through as a break. Sometimes they do it 2 times through. Okay, I went ahead and wrote you out 2 times through, but the first time through, we're going to do a more basic Carter style playing the bass notes along with some strums and follow the melody that way. And then the second time through, I'm such a big fan of Doc Watson and Tony Rice. I love the way that they play this song. So I kind of split the second break in half, giving you half kind of Doc style and half Tony style, maybe something that Tony would do. Okay, so let's get started on this. There in the first measure, we just have a kickoff, okay? Now this, as I said, this song's in the key of G, but it stays in the C chord a lot, and that's actually where the song starts. It's pretty unique in that it does start on the 4 chord, on the C chord. Okay, so we're just going to walk in. I want to remind you to watch your pick strokes, okay? I've got those little arrows down there beneath each one of the notes. Those are down strokes coming in. Now, when we get to measure 2, just make a C chord, and I want you to notice that I've got these little strums drawn out. See that on the 2nd beat? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm not going to be a Nazi about those strums, okay? A lot of times people have trouble getting both of those strums in. They're measure 2, down, up. If that's the case, just play it down. Okay? Just play it down until you can get the doubles going. There's other times, like at the end of measure 3, that I have a single strum on that last beat of measure 3, but you may want to do a double strum there, and that's fine too. So measure 2 just sounds like this. Ready, go, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? Now I have the on the strums, let's talk about those a little bit more. I have the last 3 strings drawn out for those strums, okay? The truth is I probably a lot of times hit the last 4 strings, okay? So measure 2 might sound more like this. I might even hit all 4 or all 5. The point is that I'm not really particular about these strums, but the main thing to remember is this. You ready? The main thing to remember is make our melody notes louder than the strums. Okay, so just keep those strums light, keep everything really loose. So it sounds like this. Hear how the strums are lighter than the melody notes? The melody is down here in the bass. Measure 4, we're going to go to a G chord, or at least a partial one. I'm just going to throw down my last 2 fingers here on the 3rd fret. So measure 4 sounds like this. We start off on a D string, then a light strum, and then we're going to pick our way down. Okay, 2nd fret open, 2nd fret open. Okay, then we land on measure 5 into our full G chord. Then we have a light strum there, okay? Then we work back up into the C chord, okay? So let me just play slowly for you, measures 1 through 4. Here we go. Ready, go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty cool, huh? And then we walk back up into it and measure 5. Then we go right back into measure 6 into a C shape. 2, 3, 4. We've played all this before. But measure 8's a little bit different. We are going to go to this G chord shape. That's what that looks like, measure 8. Just make those strums light, okay? We don't want those strums poking out just as loud as a melody. We don't want that. When we get to measure 9, and we walk back into the C chord one more time. So this one's just like measure 2. Same licks that we had measures 1 through 4. Now measure 14, we're going to go to a D chord. We're going to go to 6 measures of a D chord, okay? And this is where we're going to use our thumb to jump over the top of the neck. So grab your thumb and throw it over the top to grab that 2nd fret on the low E string. We lift it for measure 15, put it back. Okay, just practice that measure 14 and 15. Once again, we want our melody notes down here to be louder than our strums. Measure 16, we have a lick. It's kind of like it's just like the G lick, except now we're going to do it kind of out of a D shape. Okay. Hammer, pull off, and then measure 17, we land on our D string. Have a little strum there. Measure 17, you can kind of do whatever strum pattern you want. I'll typically do something like that, but I might do something like, I might play 2 eighth notes on the 2nd beat, so it might be something like that. Or I might play a bunch of eighth notes. Okay, but then measure 18, we go back to that same walk in our melody notes down there on the low E string. Then we have our G lick in measure 20. And then when we get to 21, this is where we're going to start our next break, but I'm not going to land on the G string like we typically would with the G lick. I'm going to land on the 3rd fret of the D string, which is an F note, and that sets us up, that's the 7th tone of the G chord, so that sets us up to go into a C chord again. Now we're going to get measure 22. We're going to get into the Doc style version of this song.